The sun rose over Zubari, painting the sky in hues of orange and gold. The air, sweet with the scent of blooming hibiscus and frangipani, carried the gentle murmur of the Zubari River. This river, a silver serpent winding its way through the heart of the kingdom, was their lifeline. It nourished the land, its fertile banks bursting with life. Emerald green fields stretched as far as the eye could see, dotted with villages where laughter echoed through the mango and baobab trees. Zubari was a land of abundance. Its people, known for their warm smiles and generous hearts, lived in harmony with nature. They celebrated the rains that brought life to their crops, and the sun that ripened their fruit. Their days were filled with the rhythm of drums, the melodies of their ancestors woven into their songs. They were a people proud of their heritage, their spirits as vibrant as the colorful kente cloth they wore. The heart of Zubari beat strong, its pulse a symphony of life. But even in this paradise a shadow lurked, a darkness that threatened to consume the light, to silence the laughter and steal the joy from the faces of its people. This darkness had a name: Mfalme. Mfalme, meaning king in the ancient tongue, had not always cast a shadow over Zubari. He had ascended to the throne after the passing of his father, the beloved King Zubari. Zubari was a wise and just ruler, his reign a time of peace and prosperity. He ruled with a gentle hand, his heart full of love for his people. Mfalme, in his youth, had seemed to share his father's noble qualities. He was charismatic, a skilled hunter and a gifted orator. People had placed their hopes in him, believing he would continue his father's legacy. But power, like a venomous serpent, can poison even the purest of hearts. And Mfalme, seduced by its intoxicating allure, allowed the serpent to sink its fangs deep into his soul. Gone was the compassionate prince. In his place stood a tyrant, his heart hardened by greed and paranoia. He saw enemies everywhere, his mind poisoned by whispers of dissent. His rule became one of iron, his grip on Zubari tightening like a python squeezing the life out of its prey. Fear, like a noxious weed, took root in the hearts of the people. The vibrant music that once filled the air was silenced, replaced by an oppressive silence. The laughter of children was stifled, their games overshadowed by the ever-present threat of the king's guards. The once bustling markets where people gathered to trade and share news became desolate, the fear of informers lurking in every shadow. Mfalme, obsessed with amassing wealth, imposed crippling taxes on his people. The fruits of their labor lined his own pockets, leaving them with barely enough to survive. The granaries, once overflowing with grain, stood nearly empty, guarded by soldiers who showed no mercy to those driven by hunger. The river, once a source of life and joy, now served as a constant reminder of their misery, its gentle flow echoing the tears they shed in silence. Those who dared to raise their voices against the injustice were swiftly silenced. The king's guards, their loyalty bought with gold and fueled by fear, became instruments of his cruelty. They roamed the land, their presence a constant reminder of Mfalme's absolute power. The prisons, once rarely used, overflowed with political prisoners, their only crime a longing for the days of peace and justice.